Yes, there is a reason why I'm so excited this morning. I think you know how enthused, empowered I feel because women's sports in the TV land is getting what it deserves. I think last year was a game changer. This year, even better. And a big part of that is centering around the journey of our Springbok women. It's about to level up significantly this year as they gear up for their upcoming tour to the UK to butt heads against some of the best in the business, with training sessions against Scotland and Wales, followed by test matches against Spain, the USA, and then, of course, the tour serves as invaluable preparation for their future endeavours, including the Rugby Africa Women's Cup and the Rugby World Cup in England in 2025. There are so many implications here, and joining us in studio is Springbok Women's Captain, Nolasandiso Boy, Jackie Salir, Mary Zulu, and Piwa Kutle in Yanda. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us. If I'm this excited and nervous and buzzing, I'm literally getting goosebumps here and half my muscles are spasming because this is massive. I'm going to work down the line here. Mary, I'm going to start with you. You're stepping into the 15 berth. There is a lot of pressure on very young shoulders. When you look forward to a year like this feels like magic. Finally, you're getting the opportunities to play. How big is this year for you?
It's a very great and exciting year, you know, being able to travel around the world, and at such a young age, it's such a great experience, you know, and a dream come true, you know. It's always been one of my biggest desires and goals, so being able to accomplish that has been magnificent, you know. Yeah, I'm very excited and I'm looking forward to what
and you're too young to understand how much pressure's on your shoulders as well, which is great. I love the fact that you're going into this with some amazingly talented players around you as well, kind of right up that chain to guide you through this process. Jackie, it's a tense prospect with all the expectation that our country has on you guys. And when I look with all due respect at the amount of caps on this team, it's not a lot, because there has not been opportunity to get out there and play against the best in the world. When you do it, for someone who scored a trial debut, for someone who loves to be in that coalface, how important is it to have the opportunity to test yourself against the best?
Yeah, I think last year was the first year we started getting test matches and getting experience what we needed. Building up, I think that's a great opportunity for youngsters, myself. Getting the test matches we need and building that caps, getting depth in our team. So I'm really excited for what the future holds for us.
It is going to be massive. I think, Nola, you understand. You get this. I think 40 caps. You are the most experienced player in this team. I like the fact that you're nodding your head. So I'm guessing that experience filters down to the younger players. But it makes your role very dynamic because you've got to deliver on the field. They need you to lead in your actions and how you play to get the system playing out in the way that Louis needs it to happen. But they also need you as a mentor individually. How have you embraced that role? How do you see your role internally?
For me, I think it's very important to deliver on the field and also know that I'm playing with the younger players. And I'll also say thank you to YTC for providing those players for us, because when they come to the system, they know exactly what is expected from them, like they get the skills at the early age.
Completely, and you need that. You need layers, you need a feeding system. So I'm so glad all the local franchises are being represented. I'm so glad that we are getting international players and opportunities to play in the Premier Leagues. There is something very exciting about being able to test yourself in these spaces, but there is also a system that needs to be upheld. So if I had to ask you, what is the Springbok women's style of play? Could you put that down in a sentence? What do you try to achieve when you go? And I know I'll get a different answer speaking to backs and to forwards. So from a backline perspective, what do you want to show us?
I think coach's exact words are, we are a perfect blend of strength and speed. And I think that sums it up. Like, we can take you on in the forwards and we can run around you on the outside. And we take pride in that because that is our DNA.
And it is. And from the physicality is there on a different level. Having stepped into a couple of training sessions to see that and how quickly that arc has come up is massive. So what are the expectations? What do you want out of this tour? Obviously, there's a personal element to make your mark and put your hand up because there are eyes watching from Premier Leagues all over the world now, which is massive. But it's also, for this team, an opportunity to do something special.
Yeah, no, our expectations going into this tour is to see where we're at right now currently as we're approaching the Africa Cup, and also to implement our game plan, and see how it works for us, and also getting better at understanding each other and how we play, as a team, yeah, and also getting at a better level in terms of our rankings also as well.
Have you also been given the mandate that you've got to win every game by 1 point? That seems to be the thing. I don't know if my heart can handle it. I don't know if I'm ready for that. There is, I think, within it, I mentioned the TV land connection. We saw an increase, and I know South African sports females have been at the heart of the growth of women's sports. And it started with the cricket, and we've seen it in the football, and it's spilling over definitely into the sevens, and certainly in the 15-man game. If you had to think of a younger version of yourself, and we speak to those young players, that pool of talent that we need to bring in, how important is it to see yourself represented at the highest level?
I think, we all are role models and we try to live up to it. But I think, just getting youngsters to back us, even older people, just...
Why were you could have looked somewhere else. You could have looked over at Ryle or JJ. I mean, come on.
No, just to get everyone to back us, even ourselves to back ourselves, going into tour, going into the preparation for the World Cup and everything that lies ahead. That's a big thing for us, and just to respect each other also, and what we want out of everything.
Yeah, I think that's the amazing thing here, is because, yes, you do play for all of us, and that's a mantle we just throw on you. But that comes with the emblem, that comes with the flag, that comes with the national anthem. I get that. But where you guys go in terms of how hard you push yourselves for each other is mind-blowing, and just so cool to see you guys as the tip of the spear that gets to take women's rugby in South Africa to the next level. And I know, because I know how much resource gets pumped into other unions, into other countries up until this point, to see us and what Saru is doing behind you guys right now is amazing. So good luck. Don't go break a leg, as we say in my industry. But we are so proud to have you representing us at the top tier. So just enjoy it. Savor every second. And of course, Ryle is going to savor every second as he gets to test the level of physicality in just a moment. We're going to do a little bit of training. Well, I say Ryle is going to do a little bit of training with the Springbok ladies. But I think this is a marker of how far the game has come, and that rests on, yes, the coaches, on the management, on what Saru are doing, but most importantly, what these women are doing every single day by showing up. And yes, I get to drive past them training every day as I pick my kid up from school, which is like the best part of my day. But you need to get behind women's sport on every level, from top to bottom.